different track with you tonight. I want to tell you why I want to be district attorney again and why I got involved in the first place. Most of you know me, probably have been in this community since practically my birth. In 1979, I came back to Roane County to practice law. Practiced law for about 19 years, really had no idea that I would ever run for district attorney general. But you know what? I had a dream when I was a kid of coming back to this community to live where my parents lived, to work here, and to prosper here. You know, about 1979, this community started looking like a place that I didn't want to be anymore. You all very well know what was going on in the district attorney's office at that time. Crime, corruption, and the good old, what I call the good old boy network was rampant in this community. And I came out of my comfort zone, as I call it, to tackle that. Because I believe that you may say, well, you just had a young man's dream. Well, I tell you, I think that your kids and your grandkids have the right to have a dream of coming back and working in a community that is fair, that is just, that is prospering. And I tackled that. It wasn't easy, it was tough. And in 1998, with your help, most of your helps, we sent the District Attorney General home for years to go home. What I call the Good Old Boy Network went out the door with him. I believe certain things. I believe, number one, that the law applies equally to everyone. I believe that everyone should be treated with respect, and I believe that public officials should be held accountable for their conduct. As a consequence of that, we went into office, as I said, throughout the Good Old Boy system and started putting into place measures of accountability. We started with our place first, the district attorney's office. Some of the people that used to work for me are here right now, and I think supporting the other side. We had accountability put in place. We brought the office up to national prosecution standards, and I'm quite proud about that. And you know, standards work. I'll give you an example of that. We run a child support division in our office. We have about 5,000 cases, about what they had in 1998. At that time, in 1998, when I came to the office, that place was collecting $1.9 million in child support a year. We came in and made our employees accountable, put in procedures, processes. We now collect $4.6 million a year. We're under a federal contract. The federal contract has standards that you have to go by. I think it was 2 years ago, we were named the most improved child support division in the state of Tennessee by the Tennessee District Attorney General's Conference. That's not me saying what we did. That's not me saying what we're going to do. That's me saying we've been recognized for what we've done. It's really easy to, in a political campaign, you say, well, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Until you wrestle the bear, you don't really know what you can do and what you can't do. You know, I have a firm belief that we're entitled to more than what we're getting now out of law enforcement. We put in place case profile protocols and procedures. You know, after I made my people accountable, I started reaching out to the other agencies that are public servants of yours and said, you know, we need to do these certain things because, you know, well-prepared cases get to the criminal court system quicker and get convictions. Victims are happier and it works well. I found out that in many agencies across the district, there wasn't a lot of accountability going on. You know, you have to look at some examples, I think even in this county, certainly in Loudoun County, where Mr. Johnson is from, officers that have been indicted, not by the Attorney General, who does not have the power to indict, but by members of the community. And you can remember well that those individuals, after indictment, are still working in the sheriff's departments where they were employed at the time. Now, if there's no accountability to that degree, what accountability is there in small matters? You know the answer to that. There's none. So when you say that you're going to do swifter justice or you do this, that, and the other, you have to recognize that you're not the only player on the playing field. That there are a lot of people that come to bear on the issue. The District Attorney General's office is a powerful place. Attorney General is a powerful person. By law, we have the power to determine who's prosecuted and who's not prosecuted. And that's a serious matter for you and for our communities. I have certain things I believe in. I told you those a while ago, and I firmly believe that we need to stick to those principles. You know, we can't afford to go back. If you look at the campaigns that are going on right now, you'll see some of the same faces as I confronted in the Hawk campaign I ran in 1998 that are on the other side. We cannot afford to go back. We have made tremendous progress. I think you know that, and I certainly know that. The work is not done. The work is not complete. It's a lifetime work that people have to engage in. We put in place swifter justice ourselves. Back in 1999, we put in place these case file protocols that I talked about, and a fast-track felony prosecution policy that requires or asks that when agents prosecute felony cases, they take them straight to the grand jury. Knocks 18 months right there out of General Sessions Court. Mr. Johnson well knows, and will tell you so, if he would, that one of the prime tactics of defense lawyers is to create delay. Delay hurts us, the prosecution. We want to move our cases through. It hurts victims. It's a trial strategy of defense. And we oppose that. And we oppose that by making cases that are absolutely impenetrable by reason of these case trial protocols that we do. There are two things that can do swifter justice for us: is more law enforcement agencies holding people accountable and creating files for us that are great, so that when the defense attorney looks at it, he folds his hand, lays his head down because he doesn't know what to do. But also severe sentences in criminal court. Most of those sentences are judge imposed. We don't like that. We oppose that. Part of what we've done in terms of making our own successful, as you alluded to a while ago, we put on the web, the public information website. What I want to do with that is support a court watch program where people like you and like me who believe that we're entitled to more can go to court and sit in the courtroom behind the DAs at sentencing time to let the judge know, you know, we're concerned about drugs. Most recently, in Meigs and Morgan County, we've had jury verdicts in meth cases. I think we had one for $62,000. Juries are sick and tired of being sick and tired. And that message needs to get to the judiciary where these cases are heard. And I think you can well know I've got the backbone to do the job that needs to be done, because I'm not just telling you that. You've seen it, you've read it in the newspaper. You know, I'm very kid-oriented. I think because of my background, I'm not going to get into that a whole lot. But I've seen enough defendants in criminal court to know that we're really, unfortunately, not going to change a lot of people. And our promise for the future is our kids. If we, through the child support division that we run, make more money available for moms and dads to raise their kids, send them to school, then that's a good thing. If through the Child Advocacy Center that I founded in 2000, where we served almost 1,000 kids since that time, take care of kids who are sexually abused and physically abused, see that not only they get justice, but they also get therapy where they can adjust and be productive, then we're really making progress for our future. What I want to do also in the future with this office is continue what I've been doing, build on what we've done, not go back to where we were before, but also move forward on some of these same principles that I've talked to you about, because when you have to get the measure of a man, the measure of a person, the measure of a candidate, you have to look at his heart, look to see what he's done, not what he says he can do. And I think that's critically important, and you need to look at that in this place. I would appreciate your vote. We'll take questions here in a few minutes, and I'll talk about the future.